Hot cross buns, hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. So welcome back to another episode of Saute Outside. I'm Marine here and I'm back with a fresh new recipe. Well, by the song you all must have guessed that I'm going to be preparing some hot cross buns today. So one of our subscribers by the name Janet Fernandez had requested me to make some hot cross buns. So this recipe is dedicated to you, Janet. So I've explained this recipe with a lot of precision and keeping all the minute details in mind. So stay tuned till the end of the video to prepare some hot and soft and fluffy hot cross buns right in time for the Holy Week. So without wasting any further time, let's get to the recipe and let's bake together. So to prepare the hot cross buns, I'll be first soaking the raisins and the orange zest in some sugar water. And let's add in the brown sugar. Now to this I'll also be adding some black raisins and some orange zest. Now I'll give all this a quick mix and bring the mixture to a boil. I'll let this boil for a minute. Now after 1 minute of boiling, I'm going to switch off the flame. I'll let this soak for 1 hour. Then drain off all the excess liquid and set the liquid aside later for glazing the buns after it is baked. After draining the orange zest and the raisins, I'll add it to the kneaded bread dough. Let's take some warm milk. I mentioned all the ingredients and quantities in the description below and also the start of the video for everyone's convenience. Let's add in some sugar. Use powdered sugar. I'll give it a quick mix. Now to this I'll be adding 1 whole egg. Mix it well until the egg incorporates with the milk. Now let's add in some baking powder. Baking powder will make the bread extra fluffy, and also a teaspoon of yeast. Now mix this all really well. Now I'm going to cover and let the yeast activate with the lid covered for 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. And as you can see, the mixture is nice and frothy, means the yeast is well activated. If you do not find the same mixture, then you might have to repeat the process. Now I'll set this aside and let's prepare the dough. Now in a bowl, I'll take some all-purpose flour. Now to the flour, I'll add in some salt, some cinnamon powder, some powdered sugar. Now with my hand, I'll give it a quick mix so that the sugar, salt and the cinnamon powder incorporates well. So once my dry ingredients are mixed well, I'll be pouring the yeast mixture in parts so that I combine everything and form a dough. Now let's pour in the yeast mixture. I'll add in some vanilla essence. And now I'll combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients. The vanilla essence and the cinnamon aroma is amazing. It complements each other so well. Let's add in some more yeast mixture. Let's add in some more. Let's add in the yeast mixture.
Now the tendency of the dough is to be sticky, but continue kneading it. Try to knead it with the heel of your palm, just like this. And you can see that it is already forming webs. You can knead this sticky dough for 2-3 minutes with your fist or heel of the palm. And I'm going to collect the dough and put it on a platform. Let's put the dough on the platform. I'll sprinkle some dry flour and take a scraper and try to knead it. You can use your hands as well, but using a scraper will ease out everything. I sprinkle some more dry flour and continue kneading this. Now to this I'll be adding butter, which is at room temperature, and try to mix it with the dough. Use the scraper again. I'll add in some dry flour and use my hands. Now knead this back and forth for a couple of minutes. Use the heel of your palm to knead it. If you feel the dough is too sticky, keep adding flour so it's easier to knead. Now I'll knead it in a circular motion to form the web-like structure. This is also forming gluten. Collect everything together. Now I'll add in some more butter. Fold the butter in. Sprinkle flour. And now knead this well. The dough cannot be too stiff. It has to be stretchy. And I know it is sticky at this moment, but eventually, while adding flour and butter, it will all combine together. And it's very necessary. It can look messy initially, but once you add the butter and the flour while kneading, you'll not only get a soft dough, but it will be nice stretchy. Always use a platform to do this, and keep some dry flour handy. So as you're making the bread, you get this non-sticky dough structure. Now this entire procedure of adding butter, flour, kneading it can take anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes. Your end result should be a non-sticky dough, but at the same time it has to be soft and stretchy like a rubber band. Now after 10 minutes of doing this and kneading it, this is how my dough looks like. Now if you press into the dough with your finger, you can see it is coming back together like a spring. Now I'll just spread it out. Just spread it out. Now this is the raisin and orange zest. I've drained off the liquid. Now I'm going to add this. Put it up this way so it equally spreads. Now I'm going to fold in the dough like this. Roll it. Fold the dough from bottom so it has a smooth top. And there you go. Let's place it. Now I'm going to cover this with a cling film and make it airtight and keep it in a warm place for 1 to 1.5 hours depending upon the temperature. The room should be nice and warm for this to rise well. So it's been 1.5 hours. My dough has risen well and you can see that the air is trapped inside. The cling film has formed a dome on the top. Let's unwrap the cling film and check on the dough. As you can see, the dough is nice and jiggly and it's perfect. Now let's deflate the dough and then let's remove the dough from the bowl and put it on the platform. Now let's fold the dough like this so that it gets a nice smooth top. Flatten it out a little bit. Now sprinkle some dry flour and spread it all on the top. Now I'm going to cut and divide the dough into equal portions. So I'm looking for 9 equal portions for my bun based on the cake pan in which I'm going to bake them so that it bakes evenly. And there you go. I've divided it into equal portions. Now I'm going to weigh this to get 9 equal portions of the same weight. So after weighing these balls, I've got 9 equal balls of 60 grams each. That will be perfect for my baking in the cake pan. Now I'm going to show you how to shape them into balls that will be perfect for the buns. Now I've taken a portion of the dough and I'm going to fold the edges downwards like this. Squeeze it between my thumb and index finger to tighten it and then pinch the dough from bottom to seal it well, just like this. And now you can see you've got a nice smooth top. Now I'm going to place the bottom part on the platform and roll it between my fingers just like this so that it smoothens out and forms into a nice ball-like shape. And there you go. My bun is now formed. Let's place it in the tray. I've already lined my cake tray with some butter paper and greased it with some oil. Now let's place the bun. Keep equal distance so that it bakes evenly. I've added all the balls in the baking tray. Now I'll cover it with a cling film. Just cover it lightly on top. And now I'll let this rest for half an hour in a warm place until it proofs for the second time. As the bread is double proofing, I've taken flour and I'm going to make some flour paste to pipe it on the buns to make the cross. This is 50 grams of flour and I've taken 50 grams of milk and I've added water. So I've taken 25 grams of milk and 25 grams of water. Now to the flour I'll be adding 1 teaspoon oil. And now let's add the liquid mixture in parts and whisk this. I'll add in the rest and continue mixing this. Now you can see the consistency. It's perfect. Now I'm going to remove this mixture in a piping bag and keep it ready for the piping of the cross. So I already piped it in a piping bag and it's ready. Now let's check out the buns. As you can see, got the perfect shape as well, smooth top, and that's how your bun should be. Taken a mixture of egg yolk and 2 tablespoons of milk. Now I'm going to brush the egg mixture on the buns so the buns get a lovely glaze. It'll give it a nice crust on top. So as I'm doing this, I've kept the oven to preheat at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Once you finish the egg wash, this is the piping bag which has the flour paste. And now I'm going to cut a small tip. To pipe this, I'm going to draw some continuous lines. And there you go. I'm going to put this in the oven and bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for 18 to 20 minutes until it's nicely baked and it has a nice brown crust on top. Set the timer and bake it for 18 to 20 minutes. Now it's been 20 minutes. Let's check on the bread. And you can see how beautifully it is baked. So I've removed the buns on the platform, and this is the excess liquid after draining the orange zest and the raisins. And now I'm going to brush this on the buns, which do this when the buns are hot itself, and brush it on top of this. I'm going to cover this with a cloth on top. Do not seal it, just lightly put it on top and let this cool down completely before we check on how it looks from the inside. My buns are now cooled down. So this is my hot cross bun and it's got a perfect glaze. It's very soft, as you can see, quite soft, and it's got a lovely web-like texture, which is perfect. Now let's break into one and see. Look how beautifully it has baked. This is how it looks from the bottom. Nice and soft. A lot of layers inside. And that's perfect.
So I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, guys. Do give this hot cross buns a definite try and let me know in the comment section how it turned out. If you have any questions or queries related to the video, drop in a comment and I'll be happy to help. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, go and hit the subscribe button. You can also press the bell notification for all the latest updates on our videos and recipes. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram by the name Sauteed Side and tag us there whenever you make our recipe. We'll be happy to interact. So I'll see you next time. Happy baking!